Let me continue. I'll wait till it populates again and hopefully somebody will join me. I'm sorry for the delay and the interruptions. Hello, welcome back to those that were watching the previous video. I deleted it. I'll try to keep it going again. I'll have to figure out some sort of way to make this work. If I have to go sit in some coffee shop in town, perhaps. I think I should start off by saying maybe why I took Wi-Fi out. The evidence is clear. Again, I'm not necessarily speaking in code, but I'm speaking with very specific language. In Silicon Valley, silica, sand. Computer chips are made of silica and sand, quartz and crystalline technology is used to destroy humanity. What we're witnessing with the Wi-Fi and the crystalline was also in a Star Trek episode of a crystalline entity destroying worlds. You are dust of the earth. You are made of the dirt and turned into Adam, meaning red, ruddy. You are created being, a vessel, clay. They want to mix iron with clay in all your foods, graphene, in all of the stuff that you eat and drink, graphene, silica. When SETI heard the WOW symbol, W-O-W, when they heard the WOW signal, SETI was looking for life out there. When I did the video and the decode on the crop circles, Spaceship Voyager, which was also done in Star Trek, and the decoding of that, it's all coded, all of it. Spaceship Voyager came back, or didn't come back, but when we sent it out, we left a drawing of our solar system, where we are in our solar system, what we're made of carbon, what we look like, what's our anatomy, and we received a crop circle to that exact message, but the being was the little grays, just like Alistair Crowley, Anderson Cooper, Antichrist, just like that message in the crop circle. It showed a little gray alien with silica life form based. Silica. This was coded back in the 80s. Silica by life form instead of carbon based. Carbon, the number of man, 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 666. The number of man. We are made of the dirt. We are in opposition of the silica. We are opposition of the Nephilim, the Alud, the Nephal. There's a different species on this planet running the world. This Wi-Fi is made to destroy you, to break you down, to confuse you. When you put tin foil in a microwave, what happens? Sparky, sparky. When you understand that these cell phone towers do nothing if you've got buried fiber optics, and if you got satellites, then what's with the cell phone towers? When you understand that these weapons of mass destruction that are used to manipulate and distort our reality and confuse us and our children's children's children, they're literally using all weapons available to destroy us. All of them. All the chemtrails, billions and billions of dollars of chemtrails up in the air, spraying with graphene, spraying with nanoparticle aluminum, phosphorus. What do you think the alchemy in bulk dispersed all across the land is going to yield. Their smart dust, as they call it. It's going to yield 3 components: poisoning, thermite, and induction. Electricity takes the path of least resistance. You notice in the pictures of the Tartarian empires that they have cathedrals or cathodes and electrodes. You understand that Nikola Tesla and his design to bring power from the ether, from the air, they're called orgone generators. You could look them up. It's very simple. When the Chinook winds blow by in Calgary, they create an ionized atmosphere, and it messes with your psyche. They say when you spend too much time near waterfalls, it messes with your psyche. All this ionic atmosphere, if you're around it long enough, it messes you up. That's what they're doing. Divide and conquer, out of order, chaos, out of chaos, order. When they tell you Oprah Winfrey or Harpo Industries, Oprah, Harpo, NATO, OTAN, they're telling you exactly what they're doing. In the movie They Lived, when they put on the glasses, when I had my dream, where the guy put the glasses on and he says, oh, I could see them. They're aliens. They're morphed. They got this morphing technology. They were showing you what's actually happening, that there's an enemy that lives amongst us. In every one of your little communities, you'll see a Freemason lodge with the checkerboard floors. And their little aprons, their Gmail logo aprons on their waists. And they are the synagogue of Satan, performing dark arts and witchcraft and devouring your children in every one of your communities. Don't tell me that Roswell crash site and the assassination site of JFK just happened to be coincidentally on the 33rd parallel, along with the bombing of Nagasaki and Hiroshima in 1933 with the 33rd president. Tell me that that's not a coincidence. These ritual murders and this extreme, highly intelligent, filthy rich, malevolent force we war against, we win. These are not coincidences. May you be blessed. Thank you, David. Mr. Pug 13 says, Nutter, keep on listening. Maybe your brain will open. Maybe your brain's already poisoned and it'll stay closed. Many will be given over to their strong delusion. The reprobate minds will be given over to their reprobate behavior. It's my right to an abortion. It's my right to smote the child in the womb. It's my right to choose my gender. Yahuwah Adonai Elohechem does not make mistakes. You weren't born in the wrong body. You were deceived by Halal, Satan, Lucifer, whom they worship, whom also is the Statue of Liberty and the same deity that visited Muhammad in the cave. 10 minutes of research, right? Yes, K-Man, the homeless people will be disappearing. Halloween. It's a pagan holiday where you dip the eggs in blood on Easter, Esther, the transgender deity god, and the dipping of the eggs in children's blood were those children that were sacrificed on Easter, that had a massive orgy on December 25th. Solstice, another pagan holiday. And Halloween, were you bobbing for apples? It used to be a cauldron of boiling oil, and if you survived, they let you live. And if you died, oh well. But they take your children and they sacrifice them. Hey, Maine, good to see you, brother. I guess you're starting to time out the trolls. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dave. By the way, Dave, if I've never said this, and to all of the other moderators, if you're here today, I love you. Agape, pure love, brotherly love. I love you guys for putting up with this stuff and for moderating for me. Many of the moderators have voiced their opinions of how hurtful and painful it is to see these lost souls just lash out in anger. We know this was prophesied and was going to happen. We knew these people would hate the truth, hate the Spirit-filled, loving, kind, beautiful survivors. Now Donald Trump is pushing the vaccine again. RFK saying, hey, we got to stop this. And there's Donald Trump saying, oh, we got to keep on going with this. Donald Trump, born on a blood moon like Netanyahu and the Ayla, all blood moon born. Hi, Mike. Blessings to you. I am so sorry that you're going through all of the witchcraft and all of the attacks. Mike, stay strong, my brother. Another moderator, another warrior of Yahweh, another one experiencing extreme attack and warfare from the Freemason Jesuits, the witches and warlocks of this world that will soon be utterly destroyed and put into a lake of fire. Alleluia. Thank you, moderators. Blessings to you. As I said earlier, a lot of my brothers and sisters that are watching these people in utter disgust and torment. I watched Liberty Hangout, who splintered off from Charlie Kirk, Captain Kirk. Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA PSYOP. She is protesting and talking openly, and she gets hate and vitriol and anger for no reason. When you've seen these people, the way they act, you know the end is near. You will see these things. The abolitionist, a freedom fighter for children that are smote in the womb, defending human rights before they are born. You have to understand something. When people were asked, how young do they sacrifice these children? How young are they when they sacrifice our children? And the answer was, sometimes with the umbilical cord still attached to the mother. And I wept 1,000 tears. Now, if you go even further, they smote the child in the womb. He had a purpose for those children. Only the greatest of evils would destroy the child in the womb and stop these beautiful chosen ones from even being born. Having a child was a blessing, and now it's a curse. Oh, woe to those who say sweet is sour and sour is sweet. Woe unto you that say dark is light and light is dark. Woe unto you who say good is evil and evil is good. What will become of you, people? I will tell you. You will be utterly destroyed physically. We all die a physical death. But you will die a spiritual death, and there will be no memory of you. Those that survive this will have free will. You cannot destroy energy. You will destroy everything and see everything being destroyed. I've said this over 5 years ago now. This is cyclical. If you study geology, you will see there's a crust all over the earth where this earth was utterly destroyed. Study the ice core samples. You'll see the same thing. A massive deposit of carbon in the ice core samples. Fact. You could dig into the Columbia ice fields and go down 1/4 of a mile, and that ice is thousands of years old. And in those ice, in those frozen water molecules, is highly, massively deposited carbon molecules. Massive deforestation, massive burning and destruction of this world. This is nothing new under the sun. Everything is cyclical. Death, birth, resurrection, death, birth, resurrection. In Genesis, it says, there were giants in those days in the earth and on the earth and after the flood. The men of renown, the men out of time. Cain killed Abel, Cain killed Abel and said, Adonai, why do you kick me out? Why do you not forgive me? Why do you kick me out of this? They're going to kill me. Please, Forgive me for killing my brother and devouring my brother. Please, I will put a mark on you so they won't kill you, Cain. Who's they? If there was only Cain and Abel. There's two species on this planet. One is extremely ancient and malevolent, and I've seen them in my dreams. I've been in Davos, and with a glowing sword, cut them in half. I've seen things. You have to understand the spirit world, the veil that is put before you, you cannot see for a reason, that you would walk in faith first and say, "No, I'll believe it when I see it." I will see it when I believe it. See, everything's backwards in this world, bizarro world, like Hopra, ARPO, NATO, OTAN. It's over and over again. The deception is this. In the end times, there'll be so much deception with AI included that you're going to have to walk completely in faith. Charlie Kirk's PSYOP is a good one. Donald Trump getting his ear knocked off and not even a scar. But when you christen a Levite priest, you put blood on the ear, blood on the thumb, and blood on the toe. Yeah. Yes, Mike. Absolutely. When you're chastised and ridiculed and mocked and scoffed and marked by the police, and then you're put on a list and you're being told that you're the crazy one, the fact is that that's what they do. They use words like conspiracy, delusional, misinformed, medical misinformation. They say, we've got to control the internet for your safety. We've got to put all these x-ray machines and get all this digital ID going for your safety. We're doing this for you guys, for safety. We're going to have to bomb 9/11 and bomb the Twin Towers and Building 7 and the pentagram. And we're going to have to bring all this stuff in place for your safety because, yeah, they're bad. The ones that are doing this did this and are doing this to us. And there's way more of us than them. And the minute we wake up, they're terrified of people like me just telling the truth. Building 1 fell. Building 2 fell. Building 7 fell. On the 12th month, 7th day was the bombing of Pearl Harbor, where they let those beautiful men and women die in ritual murder to bring America into World War II, which Albert Pike said, which the angels in the Spain, Portugal area, Fatima, in the Fatima prophecies, they said there will be a second world war and a third world war. Just like Albert Pike said, we need a third world war. We need Zionism, Christian Zionism, and Catholicism to war against Muslims, and will utterly destroy their faith and bring about this Luciferian doctrine that they've been holding sacred in their cabal for millennia, which is witchcraft and necromancy. They hold the keys because their witchcraft and necromancy has power, but not like we have power of truth and prayer. We have truth, they have lies. We have prayer, they have necromancy. We have spiritual discernment and healing. They have pharmacia, sorceries. Everything in the flesh is of the flesh and will die with the flesh. Everything in the flesh is vanity. Everything that you realize. When you have real eyes, you realize real lies. All of this is an illusion in the flesh. And just like the movie Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, you're in a dream, that's in a dream, that's in a dream. Just like the movie Inception. They were telling you all along your reality. In the movie Judge Dredd, in a prison, in a soul trap. And you're given pain, suffering, hunger. Just like in the Matrix, you see these things and you think all of this is real. You're going to have to walk completely in faith. and the doctrines of devils is this: he did not want religion. He put that snake on that pole from Moses to show you, to remind you, not to create an Asclepius, not to create a religion, not to create churchianity, churchiosities, not to fall into false doctrine, but to walk in faith. And every single time man falls into religion, into ritual, count your rosaries, into praying in front of false idols, marble statues, wooden crosses, every single time. That's how easy it is to deceive the people. Look over here. Just pray to that chunk of wood. Go pray to that marble statue. You pray to your Father in the quietness of your closet or in the nature, and you say, Father, can this be true? I believe in you, and I need no proof. I trust in you completely, 100% in faith, and you move forward. Pierce Fernell says, faith ain't real, neither is hope or belief. Let me ask you this. It's a cup of coffee here, right? Give me a cup of love. Give me a cup of truth. Faith in there. Put some love in there. You tell me love isn't real? You tell me faith isn't real? Woe unto you. Faith is as real as the nose on my face. Love is real. It's changed nations. It's moved mountains. You fill that cup with faith and you show it to me, and there'll be nothing inside, and it's filled to the brim. Faithless dogma of Lucifer, Satan, halal. You don't need hope. Resistance is futile, say the Borg. The cube, 12 times 12, 144. Resistance is which is wrong. And if you mean to tell me, named Mount Eros down below, the crucifixion site of Yahushua HaMashiach, where he bled upon the mercy seat, the Ark and the Covenant directly underneath it, discovered by Ron Wyatt, the last sacrifice was made. No more religion. No more churchianity, churchiosity. Just truth. Alleluia. Visionary vibes, blessings. I like how it's all made up. CNN told you, BBC told you, 33 cases of COVID in Los Angeles, 33 cases of COVID in North Dakota, 33 cases of COVID in California. They told you, and you didn't see, you didn't hear, listen. Pretty coincidental. On the 33rd parallel, pretty coincidental. When you understand that Phoenix, Arizona, Charlie Kirk episode on a 33rd parallel, the Hokumam People Land, Snake Town, 33 degrees on the parallel, pyramids sit on the third parallel, Baghdad and Iraq on the 33rd parallel has a town called Arizona, the Belith hieroglyphs on the 33rd parallel, Roswell crash site, 33rd parallel, 33rd president in 1933 dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima on the 33rd parallel, and Hunt's tomb and the governor on the 33rd parallel, and JFK was shot on the 33rd parallel in a Freemason plaza by a man who was shot from a theater and ran into a library, or shot from a library and ran into a theater And Abraham Lincoln was shot in a theater and the guy ran into a library. It's all coded. It's all ritual. 9/11, ritual. Trump, ritual. Charlie Kirk's assassination, fake psyop, whatever it was, ritual. Theater of war. The battlefield is in the minds and in the hearts of our brothers and sisters who are poisoned, who are asleep, who are indoctrinated by these devices. When you see these devices, when you see these things and what they've done to humanity, where they don't even speak to each other in the lunchroom anymore, where they can't put them down, constantly in their hand, they got the smartwatch on, reading their pulse, reading their retina, dilation, calculating when you had a poop, when you went for a walk, when you had sex, what you buy, what you sell, what you eat, what you believe in, what you think. And then all of a sudden, you're talking about saying, oh, I don't know, maybe coffee. And then you get bombarded with a bunch of coffee ads and you're wondering, hey, isn't that coincidental? How handy is that? Really? We walk in peace and truth knowing that our reality is being morphed. I said this before in many of my videos. Go watch them. The Mandela effect is this. Nelson Mandela supposedly died in prison, and he didn't. He was let out of prison. Winnie went into prison, his wife. They both committed murder. They both worked for the Zionists. They both turned on their own people. And I'm sorry about in South Africa, the Nelson Mandela effect, that he died, but he didn't die. And they were trying to erase history or see how much you remember of recent history. So they call it the Mandela effect. Oh, the fruit of the loom had a cornucopia of fruit on their underwear. Turns out we had some old underwear kicking around. We looked and it's like, you guys are liars, CIA. Oh, Disney logo didn't have the pixie hitting the top of the castle. Oh, the Bernstein Bears didn't have this name written the wrong way. And oh, it turns out that this logo didn't have this stamp in it. All psychological operations, Nelson Mandela effect, erasing history, literally. When I put this down to show you what I mean, they're writing history and erasing history at the same time. They're erasing our past and writing our future with what? This phone? What else? Project Looking Glass? AI? What was Project Looking Glass? It was to look into the future and have a computer crunch a bunch of numbers and see what is the outcome of the events. What is the calculative outcome of a whole bunch of people causing insurrection? Or what is the possibility of, us going to war and them turning on us? What's the possibility of us doing a fake psyop and seeing what the outcome will be? Well, they just do it. And then they watch the algorithms and they say, hey, a whole bunch of people believed that photobomb, that psychological operations, that hologram where Charlie Kirk was in this little tent and a hologram picture right behind it, and he took a bullet to the neck and his shirt blew up and it was a blood patch. It was an assassin. It was shot from the back, shot from the front, and he died and Charlie Kirk's dead, and let's have a memorial and let's rent the place way before he gets killed so that we have the place booked for when we could have a funeral there, and let's all just pretend and see if they believe it. They booked that big theater, that big stadium way before he died. No death certificate, no autopsy, a plane flying, picking his body up and then disappearing with the squawker off the plane, and his wife being part of a beauty pageant that was connected to Donald Trump, like all these other women in the politics are all connected with these beauty pageants and psychological operations, because, of course, Justin Trudeau is now kissing Katy Perry, right? And Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, the boys are kissing each other. Awesome. It's all theater. Justin Trudeau was an actor. He was a teacher of theater, sleeping with his student, blackmailed. Francis Macaron was a student of theater, sleeping with his teacher. Kind of opposites. And you got pictures of them hugging and kissing each other. You see, the deviancy and the behavior of these malevolent ones are consistent. They're highly deviant, liars, right out of the pit of hell, and it's all theater. Pretend you're prime minister for 5 years. I'll give you a couple billion, destroy your nation, give you a yacht, give you a ship. You and Katy Perry, you boys could go out and hang out to be girls and boys and have whatever you want. Just destroy your people. Okay, Boris Johnson, okay, Nigel Farage, or whoever the controlled opposition is in your country, it's the same consistent behavior in all nations. Now you say to yourself, how big, how bad, how long? Since the beginning? Good to see you, Narrowway. I'm glad when you come here. I'm glad. And Dreamstalker says, yeah, at 1 o'clock. See, these people that do these small little one-liners, they're so deceived that they suffer from cognitive dissonance. Their reality is so ingrained that they believe these lies that they can't wake up because they're terrified to wake up. They're like little children. They're like, can this be? I was looking up to John Travolta. I really like Katy Perry. I'm sure she went to space. It's got to be true. Katy Perry went to space. I'm sure of it. I saw it on CNN. And us people look at these young people with their one-liners and go, oh, wait till you wake up. Wait till you wake up. Some won't. Some are non-player units. Some are computers. Some are bots. Some are trolls. Some are just so lost that they really think that they were born in the wrong body and their deviant behavior is normal. And their mindset is that I'm not confused. I was born confused, but my confusion isn't confusion. It's the way it's supposed to be. I'm not supposed to believe in anything or everything. What did Alistair Crowley, Anderson Cooper, Antichrist, Alice Cooper, what did they all say? Do what thou wilt. Just do what you want. Believe in whatever you want. Out of order chaos. It says in Scripture, follow the 10 commandments. There's only one. You will be greatly deceived. Keep your eyes on the prize, brothers and sisters. Your food is poison. Your govern, to control, ments meaning mind. Your mind controllers of this world want you to believe that you're watching a movie. Eat some popcorn, central casting. Hurry up and wait. That's a Bolshevik move. They did that in the Vive la Résistance in France. They did that in Russia. They did that in China. They come in and they infiltrate your peaceful movement. They say, hey, I'm a Bolshevik. I got some eggs and cheese and some guns and some ammo. How many people you got in there? Oh, 12 people? You need 12 guns? What kind of ammo you got? Okay, yeah, I'll come and give you some stuff. And then they gather you up and slaughter you. Here in Canada, we're going to buy your guns back. We're going to give you some money for your guns because we got to give them to Ukraine because Ukraine needs your guns. And once we take your guns away, we're going to slaughter you like they did in China, like they did in Russia. You see, the war is going to happen in America and Canada because Canada and America are the last bastions of a well-armed society. When the fleet admiral was asked, why didn't you attack the mainland after given permission to bomb Pearl Harbor? He said, because behind every blade of grass, there is a gun. They know they can't take America or Canada. They want us to kill each other. Wake up. Don't fall for the hate bait, race bait. They brought all these immigrants. They're going to put a United Nations uniform on them, give them a brand new Mercedes or Dodge, Daimler, Chrysler minivan with a UN sticker on it and put a gun in their hand and tell you to stand down. We're under martial law. Says who? You with the blue helmet committing murder, sedition, treason, and genocide, NATO, OTAN, you have authority on American sovereign soil? I don't think so. We've seen fields of white vans waiting for United Nations sticker. We've seen United Nations in American soil telling people, you can't film, you can't videotape, you can't do this, you can't do that. I got a First Amendment, I got a Fourth Amendment. You tell me I can't do something in my own country? Who are you, NATO? Oh, I know what you are. You're the people who says those who don't accept pedophilia, oh, I'm sorry, that's an incorrect, politically incorrect term, minor attracted peoples will be excluded from society. That NATO group of people? 121 nations, 129 nations that voted to divide the Holy Land into two countries? That NATO? The Versailles Treaty? That same continuation of the same propaganda machine we would call NATO? I don't think so, NATO. I think utter destruction completely in its totality will occur instead. European Union witch said this: the Talmudic principles of the Talmud are mostly European. So you mean to tell me it's okay to have sex with 3-year-old children? Because that's what United Nations and European Union just said. Less than a month ago, they said the values of the Talmud are European. No, they're not. In the Talmud, it says you could have sex with children as young as 3 years old. That's called pedophilia. Sorry, you're a bunch of liars, witches, and warlocks, and murderers, right out of the pit of hell, offspring of the Nephilim, the Alud. And you've infiltrated all parts of all humanity, and you think you're going to win this war? You are mistaken. It says in the Talmud that Yahushua HaMashiach, the Son of the Most High, is boiling in excrement. Who saw that? Who witnessed that? It's okay to kill a goyim. It's okay to steal from a goyim. Goyim means stranger, nation, a person from another nation. There is no Jew nor Gentile. He does not require sacrifice or religion, but a humble and contrite heart. He never asked for these monsters out of Babylonian Empire to destroy innocent animals. He never asked for sacrifice. He never asked for a third temple. But they're going to build it. They're going to bring in Noahide law. They're bringing in Sunday worship law. When that law is brought onto the table of America, that is Ron Wyatt's prophetic utterance as well. When Ron Wyatt found the tablets and the Ark and the Covenant underneath the crucifixion site of Yeshua HaMashiach, when he found the original Ark and Covenant, he said, these tablets will be brought out to humanity when they make it law to worship on Sunday instead of Sabbath. Keep your Sabbath holy. Thank you for posting this stuff, Narrowway. Blessings to you. Yeah, greeting in your culture. Awesome. Yeah, blessings to you. Yeah, blessings to you. The blood is still alive. Imagine that. There's power in the blood. There most certainly is. Seventh-day Adventists and the Jehovah's, there was no J in the alphabet until 500 years ago. Make no mistake about it, there's some truth in all of their lies. His blood was on the mercy seat. When that earthquake happened and he took his last breath and gave up his ruach, he said, it is done, Father. And that earthquake opened up that hole where that crucifixion site was in the valley of Golgotha, and that blood went down that crack and landed on the mercy seat. Go watch Ron Wyatt's Discoveries and you will see it. They tried to hide it. They tried to say, oh, that never happened. Who's Ron White again? Huh? What? You could see and go and visit the Ark on Mount Ararat. Touch it. There's a monument there. You could go to Mount Sinai, the real Mount Sinai, and see that mountain is scorched black. You could pick up a rock and look underneath it. It's not colored on the inside, just on the top. All of the archaeological evidence that I put before you, all of the truth that I put before you from Scripture, and all these beautiful people that are in the chat showing you truth in Scripture, you could take it or you could leave it. You are given free will. Let me ask you, everybody in the chat, 113 in the chat, only 29 thumbs up. Help me with the algorithms, brothers and sisters. Give me a thumbs up. Help me out here. If you love and care and like what I say to you, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like and you are offended, give me a thumbs down. If you have no opinion at all, fine. If I'm talking in an echo chamber, then I only have 31 people that are actually in the chat. The only reason I ask for this is that I want to see that go up. I want to believe that I'm talking to real people here. Get this word out. This is truth. We're at the end. The more people we save, the more we work in the fields. We're doing the harvest. We're working. We're his soldiers. We're doing what was asked of us. He said, therefore, comfort one another. Spread the Besaroth, the truth. Spread his word and the truth, that many will come into the kingdom by our works. We're networking together. It's a sad day in this world when you got a woman with almost porn showing her feet and almost her crotch and maybe a nipple, maybe a little bit of shoulder, and she gets 2 million views. And when we speak truth, saving souls, helping one another, guiding, teaching, loving, we might get, 43 thumbs up? That should be a stark revelation in itself. This Babylonian Empire and the way it was designed is utterly hideous. And many will be destroyed for lack of knowledge. Many. When we see these things, when Mark Twain went into Israel, a stranger came and proclaimed, and this was done in many different aspects. This was also decoded. When Mark Twain went into the Holy Land and proclaimed it a desolate place, that witness had spoken of these things, and that prophecy was fulfilled. When you seen that plane fly over in World War II and take a picture of the ark, and then it was discovered later in a Shemitah cycle on a perfect time, the Dead Sea Scrolls were found on a perfect timeline. Now, how do you imagine not only the Dead Sea Scrolls being found perfectly and Israel becoming a nation overnight? I say to you, verily, verily, generation shall not pass when you'll see these things, that Israel will become a nation overnight. And a generation shall not pass. The last generation is over. Francisco Susano, her middle name Lola Sorrows, was the last known person in the 1900s to live in Israel to witness these things, that passed away 4 years ago. That prophecy was uttered. Time stamps, tick tock, right? Yes, AKA Watchman, listen, Narrowway, thank you. You want to hear truth? Go watch AKA Watchman. Go watch his truth. Harsh words, but true. You want to get your ears tickled? Oh, you're lovely, you're beautiful, you could sin all you want, blah, blah, blah. No. You will hear my brothers speak truth. You will hear the preachers, the true warriors of Yahweh, speak truth. What do they say? What does he say that is so powerful? Repent, For the time is at hand. You won't have much time left. Repent. Follow the royal law. Follow the 10 Commandments. Love one another. Preach the truth. Speak harshly to your preachers and your pastors and your clergymen. Stand up boldly and proudly and say, you are in error. Halloween is a pagan holiday. Take down that Ashtaroth pole out of this church. Take down that rainbow flag in blaspheme of sin. Stand up. Thank you, Narrow Way. Marco Polo found it at the base with Ron Wyatt, 1269. Their aerial photograph, 1949. The exact convergence and timing of these things that were witnessed and found and sequenced are not coincidental, and they're not contrived by the enemy. It's too obvious what the enemy's doing now. You see, Charlie Kirk and that psyop was a good awakening for a lot of the churchianity. Because they're saying, oh, fight, F, 666. But they didn't realize, wait a minute, that means 666, fight. We are told not to fight, to pray for your enemy. It's like heaping hot coals on their head when you pray for the enemy. You say, let your will be done in their lives. We walk in faith. Robert Downey Jr. Somebody's had to say it, right? Once every video, I get some guy in here saying, Robert Downey Jr. Listen, I don't look like Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. looks like me. And let me tell you something, he doesn't look like me. I'm very unique. He is a puppet. He is an Iron Man. Iron on the outside, flesh on the inside. Iron and clay. They will mix iron with clay. Wolverine. Iron on the inside, flesh on the outside. Robert Downey Jr., I pray for that man that he would repent, but I'm pretty much certain he's part of the club, right? This guy says, I am delusional. Again, one-liners all day long. You don't understand because you have no brain, no pain. No understanding, it's okay. You still have time. You still have time. I'm going to go through some more stuff. 23 chromosomes. 2-3 code in the movies. 2 3s, 33 all day long. You have 23 chromosomes in your body. I've seen the 2-3 in so many different movies now. It's crazy. In your football jerseys, hockey jerseys, 2-3. 2 3s, 33 degrees. When you understand that TV, there's so many frames per second. In the 70s and 80s, there was 24 frames per second. And the TV nowadays was 100 to 300 frames per second. And then now it's 56 frames per second, refresh rate. You know, when you understand that there's stills that are sped up, and then you look at the fluorescent lights and the LED lights, they're blinking so fast, it's a form of psychosis. It's a form of literally destroying your mind. This technology is way beyond your comprehension. Yes, Narrow Way. Yes, 23 is the 9th prime, absolutely. For those that are in the chat that still don't believe, that's okay. That's okay. Killing Anton LaVey. Anton LaVey was a Luciferian. When you understand the date and you understand the connections between these events, it will blow your mind. It will send you into shock. This is not about scaring people. This is about bringing you to truth. You're in the matrix. Everything you know is fake. Everything is contrived. This war that you're witnessing right now in Russia and Ukraine, Ukrainian flag is the Targma of Baphomet, is the Harzarian Tagma. It has nothing to do with the Ukrainian people. The Star of Rephaim, they call it the Star of David. It has nothing to do with Israel. So pray for Israel. Pray for the people that have the Star of Rephaim, the Star of Satan, that they planted on Mount Hermon. You were deceived. Yes. Keep the Ten Commandments. Yeah. Put away, yes. Seventh day. Absolutely. Look up Nate the welder. I'm a welder. I will look it up. Let me just write this down because I'll never stop researching. U.S. patent. This is a patent number. We follow the patents all the time. 005-899. And I would encourage everybody to look this copyright up. 99922A. Yeah. And Mike, you're a big research guy. I would look that up as well. Anybody in the chat that's following the chat? The Harzers, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Odin Prism. Yes, absolutely. We are so blessed to be awake. Listen, a lot of people don't understand. I was a big Superman fan, and I've done Supermans on Kal-El, Jor-El, all of that, the suffixes of all of the angels. I would also point you to the direction of Original Hebrew on YouTube, where you could actually look at the original names of the angels and their Hebrew, Paleo name perfectly spelled out in his original language, and it makes perfect sense. The royal law, loving God according to Scripture. Alleluia. Yes. Vicaris Filii Deli. It equals 666. All of the movies that you see, Kansas City Chief, CK, Caitlin Clark, C, third letter of the alphabet, K, 11th letter, 3 times 11, 33. Kansas City Chief, CK, Caitlin Clark, Charlie Kirk, C, third letter of the alphabet, K, the 11th letter of the alphabet, Charlie Kirk, 33. Captain Kirk, 33. Over and over and over again. I don't think people understand. I just don't think people get it. This is the Tav, the mark. Paleo Hebrew. Bet Tav. Get to know what the ancients were showing us. Get to comprehend the language from old. When we understand in May 1948 that ark was found, it'll blow your mind to know how many codes they code in color, they code in longitude, latitude. Yeah. Yes. Agus, Odin, Prisma, Omega, absolutely. Lyrad, absolutely. When I seen that crowd disperse, that crowd just dispersed instantly. That's what your cell phone, that's what all these towers are for. That's what Rwanda genocide was based on. That's what's coming. You've seen it in the movie The Cell. You've seen it in the movie The Cell. These people running around those cell phone towers. You've seen ants. You put your cell phone and turn it on in front of an ant pile, those ants will run around your cell phone. You've seen it in the movie Kingsman, where the cell phone towers and the cell phones turned into a weapon for people to kill each other. 2 zombie apocalypse movies. They weren't dead zombies, flesh-eating monsters. They were people who lost their minds and started killing each other for no reason. Just like in Rwanda. Got to test their technology somewhere. Let's test it in the middle of the Congo somewhere. Let's test it on a bunch of innocent people. Flip a switch and tell everybody to go kill each other and hand out machetes. And the Canadian general with United Nations said and wrote a book, Dancing with the Devil. Should read his book, maybe. Yes. 1946. Yes, absolutely. This technology is ancient. And don't forget, how advanced is it now? Specific. Very advanced. Yes. Pierce Fernalsa's phone homes. Yeah. E.T. phone home. Edward Tolman phone home. When we understand that there's a lot of truth in what the cabal does because they want you to be deceived. Right? It's not going to end well. You know, when you look at the different codings, like Canadian Habs, you know, I'll show you this one quick for giggles. The Canadian Habs, CH, well, third letter, and H, 888, Donald Trump code 888 all day long, Oilers, 33 in reduction. All of your sports stars, all of your sports are fake. You know, when we grew up, we thought, okay, the odd boxer is going to take a dive and a punch for some mafia to win a bet in Vegas. All of it is fake. It's been fake for quite some time. That's why they changed it from sports to entertainment so they could theaterize it. 98-year-old movie Metropolis was showing you what was coming. That was a long time ago. Welcome here. Nick Keir. Interesting. Yeah. Mickey Mouse, M.M., Marilyn Monroe, Charlie Chaplin, Marilyn Manson, Marion Morrison, Lois Lane. All of these names are heavily coded. Ronald Reagan, RR, 1818. You know, 61218. Are you kind of getting what I'm saying here? The Michael J. Fox, the word fox, the deceiver. All of this stuff that we're looking at is coming to an end because people are waking up. And no matter how many channels I go through, no matter what I do or what I say, it's going to be a point when you realize that our work here is done and it's time to go home. The most important thing you could do as a believer is continue to reach out to people one day at a time, in and outside of the internet. When they flip the switch, throw your phone in the garbage, right? Yes. Yes. You're a nut coming hope, y'all ready? Yeah, Pierce. You're welcome here. This message is for a lot of people that are still deceived. You know, JFK was assassinated November. He was killed in the 11th month on the 22nd day. There's your 33. September 11th. 11 days later, they bombed the Madrid train in the plaza. That was on 9/11. The earthquake in Japan, 2011. March 11th, COVID. The last pandemic was March 11th in 1918. You mean March 11th, 3/11. 3 times 11, 33. It just happened that both pandemics were on 3/11. That's pretty coincidental that they announced the pandemic March 11th, 2020. 666 days after Clade X exercise, World Health Organization announced a pandemic. That's coincidental too, isn't it? When you understand the coincidences aren't coincidences and that they say, oh, well, now it's time to kill people. Let's get the news broadcasting to code a bunch of stuff, and then all the Freemason Jesuits and Illuminati and devil worshiping could go run and hide in their little bunker for a bit and do whatever they do, or propagate it or promote it. What did Barack, meaning lightning, Obama from the heights, what did Satan was cast down like a bolt of lightning from the heavens say, Barack Obama? He said, let's flood the public square with as much raw sewage as possible that they won't know what to believe. Well, that's the art of deception. Who deceives? The king of this world? Satan is the deceiver, not our Father. Yes. They can't do anything without their Kabbalistic numbers. They can't. They just love their Kabbah. They love their rituals. They love their numbers. When you look at some of this stuff, you will understand how bad it is. So on YouTube channel, for those people that are watching, we got 147. If you got a pen handy, My Lunch Break YouTube channel. This is the destruction of the Tartarian Empire. The Chicago Fire, 1871. Boston Fire, 1872. Seattle Fire, 1889. New York, the Great Fire of New York on December 17th, 1835. Pittsburgh Fire, 1845. Portland, Maine, 1866. San Francisco, 1851. Dayton, 1882. 1849. St. Louis Fire. Milwaukee Fire, 92. Charlton, 1861. Richmond, Virginia, 1813. Portsmouth. Galveston, 1885. 1917. Georgia Fire. 1904. Toronto, big massive fire. Troy, New York, 1862. 1860. Dallas, Texas Fire. 1912. Houston Fire. 1916. Phoenix Fire and Philadelphia Fire. These massive fires that took place, you know what they destroyed? Evidence. Of what? Tartaria. Of what? The millennial reign? The Tartarian Empire? All of the architecture, longitude, latitudes, all of the evidence that Hornsby Island Mysteries was showing you. Type in Hornsby Island Mysteries. Go look on YouTube for yourself. For all you believers or disbelievers, or you bots or trolls who don't believe me, go look. You tell me why the Statue of Liberty perfectly lines up with JFK's assassination site and the gates of Auschwitz, or the Vatican, or Cleopatra's Needle in New York. Somebody didn't just put that monument there without GPS. They didn't have GPS back then. Somebody kind of rationalized some of this stuff to me. Make it make sense. It's ritualism. It's Kabbalistic. It's satanic. It's malevolent. And every day something else comes out. And you're like, oh, Charlie Kirk died. Oh, they say peace and safety. Oh, look, Donald Trump saved the world. Oh, look, Benjamin Netanyahu is all theater, all day long, 24/7, 365 days out of the year. It's absurd when people wake up that they would go into shock and lose their minds. Right? Yes. Char, lie, skirt, yeah. 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 Yeah, I just seen somebody wearing a mask the other day in their car by themselves, all alone, still wearing a mask. And the first thing that I thought of is they're pushing the narrative of vaccines good still because you're coming up with another one. They're not going to stop. They're going to have another lockdown. They're going to have another scare tactic, and they're going to kill more, right? Yeah. Yes. Repent now. Yes, absolutely. What do I think about what's flying in from other lands? The technology And the hologram technology is state of the art. It's amazing. We've seen these Hollywood Delete do the hologram. Hey, look, Ellen DeGenerate is sitting next to me. No, she's not. She's a hologram. The theater of war, the fog of war is so intense. When they had those people jump on that big plane and it flew off and they fell off the plane, that was a psyop. That was a big plane filled with air. They've been putting tanks as distractions. They paint planes on tarmacs to make it look like your planes are parked on the tarmac. You bomb an empty tarmac. They're decoys. You got tanks that are filled with air, little inflatable tanks. Two men could pick them up and place them anywhere. They bomb these inflatables and they keep their tanks hidden. It's all psychological warfare. Chernobyl is the biggest theater. It's an entire town, a city, where they could show you blowing up buildings and tanks running around and protesters and whatever the hell they want. It's theater. We all war against the flesh, brothers and sisters. The flesh is weak. We are going to eventually walk in the Spirit, and we will no longer be at war with the flesh. Soon, very soon, you've got to keep on fighting the flesh. Jay Kristen, explain the animals. I don't understand what that means. Yeah. Pagan and Robin, yes. Absolutely. Yeah. All the world's a stage. Thanks, Nomad. Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Blessings, everyone. Blessings. Yeah, that's a good one, Mike. She lit up that triple helix for a reason, because it actually adds up to 6,666 or some weird number. Our double helix adds up to Yod He Vav He and those holy numbers. And every time you breathe, you actually say his name. Behold the hand, behold the nail. We are blessed with knowledge, and it's a glorious event, but it's excruciating to watch these people not comprehend what's really going on here. They're culling humanity. They're destroying as many as they can to bring about their new world order. And this time, the Great Reset involves in not just destroying us, but bringing in this transhumanism. And the other thing about this transhumanism and destroying humanity is erasing our history completely now. All the monuments, everything. And they're going to do it. But there will be a new heaven and a new earth. Right? Yes, 10,565. Yeah, 10,6665. Yeah, absolutely. Luciferase. Yeah. Lovely name, by the way, just like the Vatican naming their telescope Lucifer, right? When you see that the Luciferase and this thing that's happened all over the world, that's what a lot of this theater is about, is keeping people distracted. And the communists call them useful idiots. There's these ones with purple hair and green hair saying, let's protest with Antifa. We're getting paid $1,000 a day to protest. And they don't realize they're doing it to destroy their own grandmother, their own brothers and sisters. Yeah, they get free food and rent, but they'll be put up against the wall first. All these Antifa crazies, all of these nut bars that they are calling us nuts, all of these woke, cancel culture idiots, they're going to be the ones put up against the wall and literally thrown into a meat grinder head first or feet first, depending on how much they love to hurt people. And it's basically going to be, thanks for turning in your brother and your grandmother, but you can't be trusted because you turned on your own people, so they're put up against the wall and shot. Every Bolshevik revolution, they took all the traitors and killed them first. All you police chiefs, all you politicians, Your Freemason Jesuit politicians who say, oh, I stand with Israel. Let's destroy Palestine. Let's bomb everybody and give billions of dollars to war instead of peace. Woe unto you. Woe unto you. Your destruction is imminent. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Yes, that's the other thing. The QR codes. Before it was the barcodes, there was a 6 and a 6 and a 6. Pulitzer, who came up with the barcode technology, he said this openly during the elections, or shall I say selections. If those people that are watching this video, 142, 63 thumbs up, come on guys, give me a thumbs up there. They're selections, not elections. Dominion Sitel voter fraud. It's called Hammer and Scorecard, CIA. They used it to displace and overthrow governments of other countries. It's a CIA operative, and it's basically to bring in democracy. And I'm sorry, but Dominion Sitel voter fraud was connected to the internet. They had the Sharpie fiasco. They had out-of-focus signatures that would eject them. Ballot counting with taped up windows. They had DARPA balloons over top of these areas where they were exchanging information and siphoning off of people's phones and personal data to see the outcomes of these counts. And don't tell me that they're elections, they're selections. In Canada, our crime minister, Mark Carney, MC, Master of Ceremonies, M, turn sideways, 3, C, third letter of the alphabet, 3, all day long. Mark Carney with his transgender daughter, boy / devil-worshipping wife who hangs out with Ghislaine Maxwell from Epstein Island, that guy, our Prime Minister, Bank of London, destroying London's currency and economy and destroying our economy with Justin Trudeau, born on December 25th. That Mark Carney, it's all theater. Elbows up. Elbows up, huh? And everybody bought it. There's Pierre Poilievre in his writing. His writing was changed just before the election. And then these young teenagers come in and put 15, 20 other candidates on the ballot. The voting sheet was almost 2 meters long. You don't call that voter fraud here in Canada? And everyone, oh well. Mail-in ballots were never even folded, never hit an envelope. Oh, it's COVID, we got to mail in our ballots. Why? Oh, because we want to steal your election. And Joe Biden's election went up like this in the middle of the night. It's voter fraud. Okay, let me do this for everybody that's here because we got some trolls here. Okay, let's start with this. CV-19 spelled backwards, DVOC, to be possessed. It was a bioweapon. Number 2, masks. Let's see if I can get banned. That'll help, right? Masks don't protect you from an airborne illness that can't exist in ambient temperature. Okay, let's hit all of the bases here. Voter fraud, it's voter selection, not election. Okay, let's talk about conspiracies here. 9/11 was an inside job with Mossad. The university students and Hal Burton bombed 9/11, the Pentagon. The bombing of Pearl Harbor, Mossad, Zionists, Freemason Jesuits, period. Okay, did I miss anything? No, Charlie Kirk, PSYOP. COVID-19 was a bioweapon unleashed unto humanity. It's plain in English. Come on, YouTube, ban me. Go ahead. Facebook, the logo is Baal, Tubal Cain. Gmail, that's your Freemason apron logo. Adrena, Chrome engine, Chrome search engine. Adrenochrome, the children's blood, adrenalized blood. of little victims bludgeoned, beaten, and then bled out. Did I miss anything? AOL, Pyramid with the All-Seeing Eye. The Simpsons, Matt Groening isn't a time traveler predicting all of these things. He's a Freemason, Jesuit, traitor, murderer. I think I covered it. So, there we go. Trust the plan, you're eating popcorn. I don't think so. And there we go. He is getting manic. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Adam Weishaupt, yeah. Oh, malevolent, pure evil. Absolutely. Yeah. Where am I getting all this stuff? Frank S. asks. All over the places. Do I hear voices? No, I don't. I see dreams and visions. Yeah. You see, when you have truth and when you look for truth, you find it and then you back it up. You go look for it in archaeology, iconography, architecture, in the mathematics, in the cymatics, because it's all vibration. And then you go and you look at scripture and you see it be prophetic utterances unfolding before you. And then you realize, this is all real. They're using the Bible as a template, and the prophetic utterances are real because those who say they are Jews and are not but do lie are Babylonian. They have the original texts. They thought they held it all to themselves, but we found other texts and the original texts, plural, that they would call the Apocrypha, that the Vatican took out of the book, that the Vatican deemed it their mark to create Sunday worship instead of Sabbath. And now the truth is being revealed to humanity, and those that have eyes to see and ears to hear see it clearly. Those that don't, won't. They'll go back into their little hovels, back in their parents' basement, go back into their video games and into their matrix, and they love Babylon, and they don't want to leave Babylon, and will be destroyed with Babylon. Just like the wandering Jews in the desert. You cannot breed the insanity out of the people, so they wandered in the desert until that entire generation died in the desert. They did not see the promised land because they loved Babylon. That's what's going to happen. It's the next Exodus, right? Cayman Chemicals website. Yes. See, here's the other thing about alchemy and cymatics. When you stay in love and truth and prayer, and you love one another, and you stay healthy, and you eat good food, the weapons can't be used against you. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. When you pray upon these things, you're given wisdom and strength and courage to endure. You're going to get beaten. You're going to get tempted. You're weak in the flesh and will be to your death. But you have the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit. That's what the Catholic Church calls it, but it's called the Ruach HaKodesh. And you'll be blessed with it. Outback Steakhouse says, heretic. Au contraire. Au contraire. Let me show you. Heresy is that the New King James Version, written by Francis Bacon or William Shakespeare or both, has nothing on the Dead Sea Scrolls that match up with the Ethiopian scrolls that was translated from original Hebrew directly into English. Not from English to Greek to German, to vulgar English, to modern day English. No. When you understand the Ethiopian texts and the Dead Sea Scrolls match, that the book of Enoch is real, when you look at these things, then you realize It would come out in the end times. All of this would be given to you. You would know truth. Listen, it's different if you read a scripture, if you watch CNN or you watch some fake stuff and you say, well, that doesn't make sense. That's when you're thinking. That's good. And when you start adding it all up and it starts making sense, and then you read scripture and then you look at prophecy and then you realize, well, wait a minute. This was prophesied. Ancient man saw these things and couldn't put words to it. Then all of a sudden you understand how to read that book. It says this: I see fire in the shape of a palm tree. I see fire in the shape of an upside down trumpet. That's a mushroom cloud. I see a scroll flying through the air with wings of a stork or a pelican. That's a missile. That's a scroll. That's a rolled up piece of paper. That's a cylinder. That's a missile. Fire shall consume them while they're still standing. Their eyes will be burnt out of their sockets. That's nuclear holocaust. That's holocaust, meaning burnt sacrifice. I see in this lead casing fire, evil. That's a bomb. I see the mountains of hollowed out cities, hollowed out mountains, the city out of hollowed out mountains. From afar, you look at the New York skyscrapers, it looks like a bunch of mountains hollowed out. You have to think like an ancient man seeing modern day things. I see a wheel within a wheel within a wheel. That's a bearing. That's a tank track. I see glass. I see a sphere. I see these things. What is this that I see? Read the book of Hanok. He was shown some prophetic utterances. And there's these people in churchianity and churchiosity that says, oh, I saw in this book and it says this, and I saw in this book it says this. You know how many versions of this book there are? Get the original one. Read it for its original text, what it means. And then you go, wow, all of this was prophesied to warn humanity, the chosen ones, in the end times, that this stuff's going to happen. And that we would be prepared, and it wouldn't come upon us like a thief in the night, that we would be prepared and we wouldn't be shocked, and we'd love one another and comfort one another in the darkest time in human history, with the largest amount of deception and technology and money and weapons against us. That's where we're at. Yeah. Yes. Yes, alleluia, Marian. Alleluia. Alleluia. I'm going to randomly pick a verse out of the book of Yashar. And at that time, Yahweh spoke to Moshe to send 12 men from the children of Yasharal, one man to a tribe, to go and explore the land of Canaan. And Moshe sent the 12 men, and they came to the land of Canaan, Palestine, to search and examine it. And they explored the whole land from the wilderness to Syene, to Rekhov, as you come to Chamoth. And at the end of 40 days, they came to Moshe and Aaron, and they brought him word as it was in their hearts. And the 10 of the men brought up an evil report to the children of Yasharal of the land, which they had explored, saying, it is better for us to return into Mitzrayim than to go into this land that consumes its inhabitants. Cannibalism. The offspring of Cain, cannibals, the Nephilim, the Alud. But Yahushua, the son of Nun, and Calav, the son of Yapunun. And there were of those that explored the land and said, the land is exceedingly good. If Yahweh delight in us, then he will bring us to this land and give it to us, for it is the land of flowing of milk and honey. But the children of Yasharal would not hearken to them, and they hearkened to the words of the 10 men that had brought up an evil report in the land. And Yahweh heard the murmurings of the children of Yasharal. And he was very angry and sore, saying, surely not one man of this wicked generation shall see the land from 20 years old and upward, excepting Caleb and the son of Jephun, and Yahushua, the son of Nun. But surely this wicked generation shall perish in the wilderness. I was just speaking of this. How ironic, I randomly picked this verse. And their children shall come to the land, and they shall possess it. So the anger of Yahweh was kindled against Yasharel, and he made them wander into the wilderness for 40 years until the end of that wicked generation, because they did not follow Yahweh. And the people dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and a long time afterward proceeded into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. And at that time, Orech, and the son of Yetzar, and the son of Koreth, and the son of Levi, took many men and the children of Yasharel, and rose up and quarreled with Moshe and Aaron and the whole assembly. And Yahweh was angry with them. And the earth was opened its mouth and swallowed them up, and their houses belonging to them, and all of the men belonging to Arach. And after this, Elohim made the people go around by the way of Mount Seir for the long time. At that time, Yahweh said unto Moshe, provoke not a war against the children of Esau. Let me stop you there. There are giants in those lands. We can't take them. They just crossed the Red Sea. They just seen the 10 plagues. They just seen miracle after miracle after miracle, and they still didn't believe. That's where we're at right now. We want to stay in the land of Mitzrayim. We want to stay being slaves in Egypt. And the Yahweh takes them aside, and this land opens up and swallows them. The land of the Canaan, the land of the giants. We are like grasshoppers. We can't take them. They're giants. There were giants in those days, in the earth and on the earth, and after the flood. That's why they took the book of Enoch out. The book of Jasher, they took out. Because it's telling you the truth, the true story. That they were given the land of Palestine and the land that was stolen by the Rockefellers that they call Israel. God loved Jacob, who he named Israel, and hated Esau. This is the land of Esau, it says. Provoke not a war against the children of Esau, for I will not give to you of anything belonging of them, as much as the sole of the foot could tread upon. For I have given Mount Seir for an inheritance to Esau. The story becomes alive when you see what has taken place here. He allowed that evil generation to dwell there, to be the greatest of enemies, only to show that he could kill any enemy, including this great new world order, World Economic Forum, Freemason, Jesuits, the unholy Roman Empire out of the Vatican that runs this world. Who shall war against the beast and this beast system? We need a bank account. We can't survive without it. We can't do this. We can't do that. We can do anything with our Adonai. Don't be like those spies that look at the promised land and say, we can't do it. We can't do it. We need digital ID. We need a banking system. We need money. We can't buy food without money. We can't do this. We can't do that. You can do anything. Imagine being a person in the desert, walking in the desert, coming into the land, hearing the spies tell of this stuff. You come all this way to give up? Don't give up, brothers and sisters. Therefore did the children of Esau fight against the children of Seir in former times, and Yahweh had delivered the children of Seir into the hands of the children of Esau, and destroyed them from before them, and the children of Esau dwelt in their stead unto this day. Therefore Yahweh said to the children of Yasharel, fight not against the children of Esau, your brethren, for nothing in their land belongs to you, but you may buy food of them for money and eat it, and you may buy water of them for money and drink it. And the children of Yasharel did according to the word of Yahweh. And the children of Yasharel went about the wilderness, going round the way of Mount Sinai. For a long time they touched not the children of Esau. They were waiting. "19 years. This is a beautiful story when you read the original, but it's all truth. You could go witness Mount Sinai, see it scorched. You could go see the carvings of the languages, the altar that was found by Ron Wyatt. They have it fenced in. They have it fenced in. It's in Turkey. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Shahidir Siddiq, I think your name is. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I apologize. Yeah. Yeah. Hallelujah. Yeah. There's only one Todd. There's only one, and he is filled with light and love and no hatred and no malice and no anger and no lies. Yeah. Be blessed this day. I'm reading from the Sefer.net. The Sefer is original Old Hebrew translated directly into English by Dr. Stephen Pidgeon and the Sefer Academy. Let me get it for you. I got to move slow so I don't lose your connection. I don't have Wi-Fi anymore. I'm just going to plug in my phone here. There we go. So, let me show you. This is the Sefer from Sefer.net. I encourage everyone here, all 120, to get a copy before they do what they did in UK, and what they're going to do in EU is they're going to erase the Bible from the internet. Get a physical copy. This is the Sefer. When you open up this book, you could go on their webpage. He's the Aleph and the Tav. What you're going to see is in the table of contents, all of the books that were taken out, put back in, and in order. And the most important thing, if you want to buy this book, is to read the preface on the webpage first. If you read the preface, I guarantee you will understand. You will understand. Listen, logic is logic. When this beautiful man, Dr. Stephen Pidgeon, put this stuff in the preface, he says this: Enoch, was spoken of in the Old Testament, the Tanakh, the Torah, and the New Testament. Therefore, we're putting the book of Enoch back in because it is relevant, because they quoted our patriarchs. The book of Jasher, same thing. If you're going to quote something in these books, it should be part of the book, basically, is what he did. The proper pronunciation. It's not Joseph. There was no J. Until 500 years ago did they introduce the letter J, which is an upside-down shepherd's staff. It's Yosef, Yahushua, Jesus. You understand? They brought his name to naught. He says, Yahushua HaMashiach says, I come in my Father's name, Yahuwah, Yahushua. Others will come in another name and you will receive him. But I come in my Father's name and you will not receive me. They rejected the chief cornerstone. It was prophesied that they would turn his name to naught, to Baal. That is not his name. They even accused Yahushua of healing people in the name of Baal. He said, surely a divided house shall surely fall. I don't cast out demons as a demon, but that's what the demons do, don't they? That's what these witches and warlocks do all day long when they get their crystal ball and their tarot cards, and they get these psychic spies, these remote viewers looking, talking to demons, talking to the dead. They know where their bodies are laid. This house that runs this world will surely fall because it is divided. It devours its own. It uses these Hollywood delete and these politicians to achieve its utmost end, and then destroys their own. They devour their own children. All of these Hollywood elite and these ritual murders, if you watch Joseph Aquaviva 222 or Gematria Effect News 24 or Jurassic Liars or The Illusion, you will see all of these decodes and these sports stars that fell from heaven, movie stars that fell from heaven, rock stars, and you'll see all of them ritually murdered on very specific dates. Ozzy Osbourne, all of them. Because they use these people, they demonically twist their reality, and then they toss them out like toilet paper. A divided house shall surely fall. They accused Yahushua of doing the same, and he says, no. They know the authority of Yahushua. When Legion is called out by Yahushua, he said, what, Son of Man, did you come to torment me before our time? They know they have a time. Who are you? We are Legion, we are many. Don't the transgender people say we, them, they, their, sure, him, duality? You are the temple of Yahweh, Corinthians 1 Corinthians. Woe unto those who defile their temple, they shall surely die. He dwells within you. Only room for one. They say there are many. We are Legion, we are many. And they cast out those demons into the swine, and the swine ran into the ocean. Over and over again, testimony upon testimony, word upon word, line upon line, precept upon precept, you see confirmation of these events that have happened and will happen. And the behavior of the enemy is consistent. Lying, deceiving, manipulating you into worship. Yahweh demands none of this. He has given you free will that you would seek him, find him, love him, and that he would love you. That's true love. You can't make somebody love you. You can't make somebody worship you. That's what Satan does, is deceive you. Oh, look at me. I'm Beyonce. I'm a rock star. I'm Katy Perry. I'm a Hollywood star. I'm John Cena, JC, Jesus Christ, a fake wrestler. Buy my t-shirts, buy my albums, buy my coffee mug, worship me. Why do they call them teen idol? Why do they call them idols? Because it's idol worship when you look at these Hollywood elite. Dwayne the Pebble Johnson. Why did he call himself the Rock? The chief cornerstone that was rejected in blaspheme, jokingly saying, I eat pineapple and children, with Oprah Winfrey during the Lahaina fires. Hey, send your money to us so we could help these poor people who are burnt out of house and home with direct energy weapons. You got billions of dollars, Oprah Winfrey and Dwayne the Pebble Johnson. Surely you could give a couple million to these Lahaina victims and build them each a home right now. But that's not what they do. Their behavior is consistent: malevolence, deceit, seeking your worship and money and time and energy. Yahweh says, you seek me, find me, Call out my name and I will answer. I will cover you. I will protect you. I will guide you. I will teach you. I will give you the Ruach HaKodesh and you will see. And when you see and when you know, you will choose. And not to worship, to love your Father, your Creator, and want to go home. The wayward son story. Father, I just want to go home. I'm tired of this place. It sucks. Everything in this world is a lie. Everyone's a liar. And then you go, I am blessed. He doesn't seek anything but for you to seek him and cry out to him. And if you cry out to him and say, Father, can this be real? Can you teach me? Can you show me? And he does. And then you say, so you're real. There's a living, loving creator that created all of this and it's all coming to an end? Yeah. Well, what do I do? He says, well, do you want to be saved? I'll save you. You're my son. I love you. I created you. I called you out. Now you choose. Do you choose this day him or this world and this flesh, this skin suit, this sin suit, and say, I like my car. I like my job. I like my status. I like all of my stuff. Like, look at this pair of scissors. I'm so lucky I got scissors and somebody doesn't. Look at me. I'm important. All of this is fleeting. It's but a vapor. It's gone. It means nothing. It's all an illusion. And the minute you wake up to the fact that you are walking in a skin suit, a sin suit, and you're given the truth that you would walk in spirit and not trust anything in this world, including me. Seek him. Love him. When you see what I see, you will love. The most beautiful, perfect thing given to you is truth. The truth shall set you free. Once you're free to choose to love him or to love this world. You're given free choice. Look at anybody who's ever fallen in love with somebody and they won't love you back, it hurts, don't it? Just think of how our Father, how he is hurting. You can't make somebody love you. That's what Satan has been trying to do for millennia. He's tricked you into believing it. It's like putting lipstick on a pig. That saying, very relevant. You could have sex, you could have whoredom, you could have money, you could have drugs, you could have fame, you could have fortune, if you just worship him. Halal tempted Yahweh in the desert for 40 days. You could have all this kingdom. If you're hungry, eat bread. Man shall not live by bread alone. I'll give you all of this kingdom if you just worship me. I don't worship you. Do not tempt the Lord thy God. You're going to be tempted. You're going to be given wealth. You're going to be given arm candy, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever you want. It's a vapor. It's fleeting. It's gone. Or truth. And the truth does set you free because once you're awake and once you see the truth, you realize all of this is fake. All of it. I can't believe it. 33 cases of COVID. 33 cases of COVID. All of this nonsense. When you wake up, you realize, well, wait a minute. They just burnt 33 churches down in Canada. Well, there's that number again. They just had Christian genocide in Nigeria. It seems the only truth is telling you we're going to murder you, destroy you, kill you if you believe in this. So I believe in this. Come and kill me. Don't care. Not scared. Death has no sting. The only thing they could make you scared of is starving to death and dying. Oh well. The patriarchs of my ancestry were boiled alive in oil, peeled alive, their skin ripped off of them while they were still alive, crucified upside down, stoned to death, and they still would not say openly that Yahushua HaMashiach did not walk the surface of this world and perform those miracles. Alleluia. Until their last breath, they raised up their hands, praying for their enemy as they were being physically murdered. That's faith. That's where we're going. No fear. Childlike faith. Alleluia. Golden rule. Alleluia. What is my source of information on this issue? Is it from credible source? I would like to check. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. That's Teal Water. Okay, here. This is the Sefer. Sefer.net. This was transcribed from the Dead Sea Scrolls, and it matches the Ethiopian text, and all of the old scriptures were put back in. So that's my number one primary source of information. The next is cymatics. That's vibration. That's sound wave technology. That's proving all the weapons are real. Then there's direct energy weapons and patent research. So you could research all the patents. I have all this caches on Global Freedom Party on Telegram, 2 channels. You'll see a picture of a globe or a picture of me holding a sword. Then you study the iconography of them doing the 666 and all of this secrecy, sticking out their tongue and hiding their hand in their vest. All of those pictures and the Freemason Jesuits' murder and their fact and evidence of all of their ancient Babylonian religion and doctrines is out there. It's all the evidence you'd ever need. Then you could go to iconography, archaeology. All of these archaeology digs have been done. Go to Hornsby Island Mysteries, where this guy on Google Earth takes all of these monuments all over the world. You'll find massive pentagrams all over the world connecting all of these monuments. The Peace Gardens on the Canadian-American border, the Statue of Liberty, the opening gate to Auschwitz, the Vatican, Georgia Guidestones, the assassination site of JFK, the pyramids, they're all connected, showing you massive pentagrams. Then you could go to the archaeology and step into the architecture in the building of the White House, in the building of the monuments of the epitaphs of the Vatican. Of every monument of any ancient origin, you will find them perfectly timed, mathematically in perfection, height, width, length, all saying the same thing, built of the Alud, of the Nephilim. And if you still need more evidence, may I suggest the most important one, the very most important evidence of all, to build your faith, to ask your Father to show you. Just walk in faith, tilt your head to the skies and say, Yahweh, is that your name? I don't know, but can you confirm it? And then you say, Father, can you show me in a dream, in a vision, in something that what Todd said is real? Is the archaeological evidence not enough? Is the witnessing of Mount Sinai not enough? Is finding Noah's Ark on Mount Ararat, meaning reverse the curse, not enough? Is finding the crossing of the Red Sea and horse skeletons and human skeletons and chariots gilded with gold of Egyptian origins and timeline not enough? How about the crucifixion site of Yeshua HaMashiach? Go read Pontius Pilate's letter describing Yeshua and the testimony of Pontius Pilate. We remember Caesar's name, but we don't remember Yehushua's name. How is this? Read Pontius Pilate's letter. Just type in Pontius Pilate letter to Caesar regarding Yahushua. Read, listen to the letter in the beautiful language given to us clearly, where it says, this man is truly the son of Yahweh. His demeanor is so beautiful and perfect, he does not fear. And when I told him I have the power to save his life and to protect him, he said, you were given no power except from my Father, that I must fulfill this prophecy and walk to his death. I've given you a mountain of evidence spewing out of my mouth. I pray, I hope, I pray that you would seek these things if you need to build your faith, to then tilt your head up and say, Father, is it true? He will show you. You will see. And then you'll go, oh my goodness, I'm in sin. I'm in Babylon. I'm a Babylonian. I'm in Rome. This is the unholy Roman Empire, the beast that received its head wound, that was dead and yet is still alive in the Vatican, running and ruling this world out of an unholy sepulchre, and the synagogue of Satan, seating directly where they had crucified him. It says, the Whore of Babylon sits where they had crucified him and will be utterly laid waste. He was crucified in the Holy Land, in the valley of Golgotha. That's what's coming. The entire world will go against Israel because they'll realize they are the ones that say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Vanguard, BlackRock, Wayfair, the Bilderbergs, the Council of Foreign Relations, the International Monetary Fund, the bankers of the world, they all own everything. They own your TV, they own your technology, they own all of the militaries, they own all of the governments. And then you go, oh, so the Whore of Babylon, giving to the nations the wine of her fornication, that all nations would be deceived by Isis Ray El. And then you will go, aha, it is true. We're at the end. This is it. While you still have time, may you find truth. May you be blessed in your walk, your narrow path of looking at this truth and going, wow, it's true. They're still killing our children to this day with Baal worship. A soccer stadium filled with children per year go missing in America alone. Where do these children go? They're taken alive, beaten, tortured, their blood adrenalized. I've seen pictures of the rabbis washing their hands in the blood of our children. And you go, oh, I'll cry 1,000 tears and 1,000 more tears. And then you'll wake up and you'll go, oh, we've come to a complete Babylonian, globally infiltrated, infinitely malevolent, highly organized malevolence beyond our comprehension, that they hate us so much. The utter comprehension of their level of hatred towards him and us who believe in him, that they would do these things. And then you will choose. Those who choose the light, you will be of the light. You will become the light. You will speak truth. You will work. You will till in the field. Once saved, always saved. No. Once you know and you see the truth and you understand the truth, what are you told? Therefore, comfort one another and go forth. Ready, the fields are ripe for harvest. Speak the Besserah, the truth. Wake up your brothers and sisters. Save as many as you can. Not by works, lest any man should boast. I don't do this video. I don't do these videos for likes and subscribes. I do this and ask you to subscribe and give a thumbs up to wake people up. Share these videos. That's all I want. My wife asked me, why are you doing this, Todd? I said, I want to say one person today. I want to just say one person a day. If I save 100 people a day, hallelujah. Share these videos. This is all truth. You could see it. You could see it in the iconography. You could see it in the architecture. You could see it in their logos. Mar-a-Lago logo, the two-headed bird. The two-headed bird in the Russian flag. The two-headed bird in the Rothschild's emblem. The two-headed bird in the Freemason Jesuit empire. Oh, you're left wing, you're right wing. It's of the same bird, the same monster. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Isomaniac. Absolutely. Those who have win the wars write history. Those who do the research bend and twist and distort the reality of these numbers and sciences. But when you realize these things, you can no longer be deceived. Corruption shall put on incorruptible. Mortal, in your skin suit, in your sin suit, you are mortal. When you put on immortality, you then go, my ruach, my spirit within this suit, has just put on immortality. And in the twinkling of an eye, you wake up and you go, oh, wow, it's true. It's all a lie. Every bit of this is a lie. You see your politicians saying, well, we got to go into Gaza and displace all these people and take that land. And then, we're going to displace them. It'll be fine. It'll be great. We'll give them a new home and we'll give them this and we'll give them that. Lies, 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 more lies. When you start seeing how much is nonsense. This is Oliver, by the way, for new viewers. This is Oliver, my Great Dane Bull Mastiff, tiny little lap dog. May you be blessed this day. He's massive. He's only 250 pounds. America, yeah. Black Lab Insanity, yeah, there you go. 15-minute cities, yeah. Digital ID, digital currency. One world government, one world religion, one world currency. Copyright number 060606 with Google, right? Yeah, he is huge. He's so big, he could reach on top of my refrigerator, which is right here. So right on top of my fridge, he could reach on top. We had chicken fingers there cooling off one day, and he got on top of the fridge and ate our chicken fingers. Yes. Yeah. I love Yahushua too. 250, yeah, he's pretty big. Yeah, to give you some idea, let me show you my hand. And I'll just flick this around. My hand, I wear extra large gloves. That's his paw. Yeah, he's a monster. Hey, bud? Yeah. Yeah, I love him too. Yeah, it saved me from cholesterol. Yeah, yeah. Right, Oliver? Yeah. So listen, everybody, I love you so much. I'm glad to do this. I'm sorry if the video is choppy. It'll probably take forever to upload. With 117 minutes, it's a very long video. It'll probably take a month to upload. I hope you are all blessed this day. I hope you walk in love and truth. Don't be scared. Stay in prayer, stay in truth. Keep on decoding. Keep on showing people the truth. Keep on bumping into people and just saying, hey, isn't it kind of weird, this digital ID? Don't you think it's kind of weird that our elections, our selections, that no matter who we vote for, this stuff is still going through? Like they're literally destroying homeopathic medicine. They're making it illegal to grow and digest valerium, but they'll sell you Valium, Ativan. Having a chamomile tea is illegal, but they'll sell you Valium. No matter what you look at, the pharmacia, pharmacia, sorceries, they're going to push this big pharma on you. They're going to push this technology on you. They're going to push fear so they can control you. They're going to push the digital ID on you so they could monitor you. They're going to push cryptocurrency on you, say it's for your safety. They're going to push all of this on you. And those that say, I don't want your mark of the beast. The Vatican said it is our mark, ZC stigmata, our mark to push Sunday worship on you. It is our mark. Don't do it. Keep your Sabbath holy. Yeah. Blessings to everyone. Codex, yes. And the Codex Vaticanus, yes, absolutely. So I'm going to end this video now with 104 and 93 thumbs up. I am so blessed. 93 thumbs up. That is awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Peace, Jeffrey. Yes, peace, love, shalom. Shalom is peace. Be at peace, right? Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, we're going to save as many as we can. We're going to keep on fighting. Carry on, wayward soldiers. The saints go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. The saints go marching two by two, hurrah. We're never giving up. We're never giving in. We win. We win. I will pray for you, Michael. Peace and love. May you be blessed this day. May you be in shalom. I hope this message finds you. Blessings, everyone.